Hello there, my friend. This is the next video after watching Oh My Woman by The Big Push with Ren singing. It was beautiful, and if you haven't watched that already, just head over to that video and come back here right after, because now we'll get into all my feelings and the thoughts about that video, and also a lot of thoughts about Ren and what his mission might be. So I'm really looking forward to share that with you. Now, let's jump into it, shall we? That's so cute, you know? Just the simplicity of it, those two hands just meeting and discovering each other. And you can see, like in the beginning, the male hand is like really careful, really, holding back, maybe insecure about the interest and affection that it's receiving. And you can see as the video progresses, the male hand is opening more up and, accepting this signs of interest, affection, love. And it replicates? No, it it gives back what it's receiving, and they become more vigorous. And wow, the singing, well, it's not something that is either shocking me or surprising me or anything like that, because I know what Ren's voice has proven to be able to do already, and I'm sure there are more things coming from him as he progresses as an artist. But already he's just so, what do I want to say here? He's so he has so many voices, so many ways to communicate with his music. So many ways to use his voice, and he's digging into so many different styles. He's not restricting himself to one way of singing or... Hi there, I'm just gonna interrupt you just for a little moment. You see, I was just watching that Oh My Woman, right? And I was gonna make this video about that song, and then I just went on a total breakdown of my thoughts of Ren, who he is as a person, or at least his communication style and what I believe he's intending to do with his music and his reaching out. So before we go on to that, let me just say that I really loved this song. I think that Ren did some really good stuff with The Big Push, and I really like to see more from them. It's beautiful how something so simple as these two hands can, tell such a story. It's a story of, allowing yourself to love and be loved. And like the story in the beginning where you don't necessarily know how to approach one another, and then you vigorously just embrace each other, and then maybe it's in the end you leave each other again. That's what I got from it anyway. Thank you for watching. Let's continue on where I left my computer over there when I was editing there. Yeah, a lot of stuff. He's not restricting himself to one way of singing or one way of presenting his art on screen or presenting his music, whether that be live or through music videos. He's doing it in so many different ways, and that is also reaching so many different people. Not only does that speak to him as a person that is able to do all that he's able to tap into so many diverse ways of communicating with the world, but it's also very, very intelligent because he has a message. And the message can be great, but if you don't package that in a way that is presenting well to the intended receiver, the receiver will never get the message. So that's why it's very fortunate that he has the trait of good communication and he's understanding human psychology. He's really understanding the concept of pathos, ethos, and logos. Because the way he's appealing to the audience through his speeches, written content, and music, it's really establishing that credibility of an authority. He's making music because it's the most powerful way a human being can package a message and deliver it in the most effective way. Am I making any sense here? I'm not trying to say why Ren is doing different things, but I believe that on top of loving to make music, I believe that Ren's most important task for himself is the messages that he wants to bring to the world. You know, the way that he says that we are all human beings.
And I must not forget, we must not forget that we are human beings.
And by that I think he means that we need to accept ourselves for where we feel that we're falling short of what we want to accomplish with ourselves and with the world. And still have courage to do something where we see that we can actually make a difference. And of course, like lastly, the wisdom to tell the difference is encouraging us to educate ourselves, to do what we can to be wise so that we can make the best decisions and not take on too much or too little. I don't know, watching a reaction video like just off the bat like that and talking about my thoughts around it doesn't always come out as clean because sometimes I need a lot of time to process. Process? Should I say process or process? I think that in England I say process, is that correct? And in America it's more like process. Process. Anyway, it's often a process for me to develop a clear train of thoughts around a certain subject. And that train of thought has already left the station and I'm still at the station. So I think I'm going to quit talking now and come back to you with more maybe insights in the next video. I loved watching this with you and let me know in the comments what you thought about this song. Tell me something about how those hands made you feel, and does that, speak to your heart in some way? Do you have a story of when your hands were meeting some other hands and how that made you feel?